Greetings and welcome to this week's deep dive on Thursday evening. I'm Britt Hemphill. My primary role at the church is as Children and Family Ministries Pastor, but I'm also serving as the chairperson of the DCC Global Outreach Committee. And for this deep dive, since we're getting underway with the new year, I thought it would be helpful to talk about DCC on global mission in 2021. So that's what I'm going to be doing. My goal is to overview some of the things we're doing in the way of our current global partnerships and short-term mission opportunities. Along the way, we'll hear from team leaders for our 2 short-term trips being planned for later in the year. So I want to begin talking about this group called the GOC, or the Global Outreach Committee. And it's a team of 12 DCC women and men who meet monthly to steward the resources of the church toward global missions. And they serve as the liaisons between DCC and its missionaries. Most GOC members have also themselves participated in mission trips or served in cross-cultural missions at some point. I love the heart of this team. They're the most visible expression of DCC's partnership with our missionaries, but also are responsible to see that we align our vision, philosophies, and practices with DCC missions policies and guidelines. We meet on the second Monday of every month. It's encouraging for me to serve the church as part of this group. So what about our global partnerships? We're currently partnered with 13 missionary units, serving in a variety of geographic, cultural, and ministry contexts. To meet several of our missionaries, check out the list of global workers on the Global Engagement page of the DCC website. One exciting recent development is our brand new partnerships with 2 young women just launching into full-time cross-cultural ministry. Brianna Harrison will be serving missionary families, especially children ages 5 to 7, with Missionary Training International in Colorado. And Kristen Kainer is partnering with national Christian leaders in the Middle East, Europe, and Asia, and also helping develop resources for the cross-cultural workers who serve those leaders. It's been really encouraging for the GOC to expand our global partnerships to include Brianna and Kristen as the new year gets underway. If you do check out the profiles of our global workers, you'll probably wonder why only 7 of the 13 missionaries we partner with are shown on the DCC webpage. That's because the other 6 are serving in locations or ministry contexts where security concerns prevent posting photos and ministry identity. So we're just being careful. We want to honor those security needs and while still acknowledging that they're part of our community. They're still a part of our community of global partners. If you want information about these other folks, you can write me at the church and I will ask a GOC member to reach out to you. We'd be glad to let you know who else is there besides those you see on our website. So another big aspect of what we're doing this year are short-term missions. And there was a huge disappointment when our trips in 2020 were canceled because of COVID. But we believe the second half of this year is going to offer an opportunity to send out a couple of teams. 2 trips are currently planned. We're going to send a team to Nicaragua in partnership with Living Water International. This trip is scheduled for June 27th to July 3rd. And another team will go to Guatemala in partnership with Family Ministries International. This trip is scheduled for August 21st to 28th. To tell you a bit more, I spent some time talking via Zoom with some of our team leaders for these 2 trips, Rosalie DiMaggio and Brian and Molly Oman. So check out that Zoom right now. Thanks, Rosalie, Molly, and Brian for joining me. We've got 2 great short-term mission opportunities coming later this year. First up is our Nicaragua trip at the end of June. So let me start with Brian and Molly, who will be leading that team. Why don't you guys share a bit about what this team will be doing and when?
All right, yeah, thanks, Britt. So we're really excited about the trip. We haven't been on a short-term mission trip for a long time. And this one is just, I don't know, clean water is something that really speaks to me. It's a basic building block for people, for communities, for countries. And I think it's a way to really help people out without kind of changing their culture. But so anyway, the projects, we go down, we help drill the well, and we really are the helpers. The Living Water International has drill rigs and people to run them, nationals, locals. And so we go down and we assist them in that process. They're the brains of the operation. So in the drilling process, there's water has to go in, water comes out, there's trenching and pooling for that to be kind of processed after it's gone through the drilling process. So we get to dig pits, dig ditches, make mud pies, and just generally get down and get dirty in there and help with that process. Again, the nationals will be doing the hard part. We'll probably be hauling materials for them. We're just there to help. What we really don't want to do is we don't want to go down there and give them the idea that when they get clean water, they're going to be like us, that we even want them to be like us. We're not down there to do them a big favor. We're down there to partner with them, with DCC, who has provided the well, and see what we can learn from them, what we can share with them, and just help this community get clean water.
Yeah, on top of that, we teach also sanitation and hygiene classes so that they can realize how to take care of themselves and what clean water looks like, really. Because, for example, our team that went down in 2016, there was a gentleman in the village, the community, who had a well that was about 30 feet deep, and he was very proud of it. But just several feet away from that was his toilet pit, very close to his supposedly clean water, and unaware of the contamination that was going on there. So that's an important part of it too, and also how to maintain the well. It's a very simple design that they can keep the well going for years and years to come.
Really good. Yeah, so really the well and then the hygiene, those are the two major pieces of the project. And you mentioned the 2016 team from DCC that went to Nicaragua, and Rosalie, I know you were on that team.
Yes, I was.
And that reflects really part of a long-standing partnership we've got with Living Water International. So this is the next thing that we're doing to partner with them. And so it's really exciting that way. We've got some photos from that 2016 team from DCC. And so we want to show a few of those to you right now. All right, Brian and Molly, we don't learn about our actual village location from Living Water International until we're closer to the trip. Is that right?
Correct.
Right, just about a week before we leave, they'll assign us a village to go do the well project.
Okay, sounds good. And then our team size, LWI sets that for us. And what are we talking there?
We'll go up to 12. I think a minimum of 6.
Okay.
And we are starting to get interest. We have several people who have expressed interest in going, so we're getting excited about that. And obviously, you people who are hearing this right now, we are looking for people to go with us.
Very cool.
And the most important part of the trip too is sharing the love of Christ and the gospel in tangible ways. We do partner, there's churches and local pastors who are very much involved with the project and blessing the well, because that's what this is really all about, is to reach them for Christ.
That's great. So the dates are June 27 to July 3. And one of the great things about this project is that the cost of the well, and we're required to cover that, of $10,000, has been totally covered already from the church through the gala event in the fall and then Advent Conspiracy. So we've got the well covered. It'll be now a part of the team, figuring out what it is to get the team funded. But the well is a huge part of that, and God has taken care of that already. So we're really excited. He's gone before us in that way, and we're excited about what that team is going to be doing later on in the summer. Now, Rosalie, you went to Nicaragua before with LWI, but this time it is Guatemala later on in the summer. So tell us about what that team's going to be doing and when.
Okay, yeah, we're looking at going towards the end of August 21 through 28 approximately. And we'll be working in conjunction with Bethel Ministries down there. Their main outreach is to the disabled. So we'll be helping outfit people with wheelchairs, walkers, canes, crutches, and the like. We'll probably also either be doing a house build or building a wheelchair ramps. And there'll be food distribution and Bible distribution and just sharing the gospel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So we have something really cool connected to that team right now, and that's the wheelchair collection. It's kind of become bigger than that. It's actually kind of mobility equipment collection. And then this group called Mission Mobility. So what's going on with our project on this end? And you want to mention Mission Mobility in there?
Sure. Mission, we're collecting wheelchairs and other medical equipment in any condition, pretty much any condition. We're doing that in cooperation with a company or a ministry called Mission Mobility, and they're from Iowa, and they work with the shipper. And so what we have to do, our job is to fill a 40-foot container that will be attached to a semi truck and taken to Guatemala, right to Bethel Ministries. And this shipping company pays the entire cost. So the only thing, we don't have to raise any money for shipping. That's already taken care of. All we have to do is collect the equipment. So we've already started. We started a few weeks ago. We have a long way to go. So if anybody has any wheelchairs, well, we're looking for walkers, canes, crutches, boots, braces, pretty much any kind of medical equipment. There are a couple of things that we don't take, and I could be more specific with that, but if somebody has a question. But anyway, that's where we're at.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I mean, what we've already done is amazing. We know there's more to come. And I know Shane's been posting some things on Instagram and just some of the pictures of you and the others starting to gather things and get them into storage. But yeah, it's really exciting. And mindful that a lot of people think, well, I have something, but it's used, and I just don't know if it'd be good to pass on. Just
that's
to
okay.
underscore, yeah, it's okay.
It's definitely okay.
Yeah, Bethel Ministries can use in Guatemala. We might not think it's such a great thing here in terms of kind of where we're at, but it can be put to great use there. So, and folks interested can contact you, Rosalie, right, or the church office, or
yes, either or. And one of the cool things is, yeah, we would take items in beat up condition is okay. Bethel Ministries employs Guatemalans to fix the chairs. So you're giving somebody a job. So, and that's another component that's good.
Yeah, really good. And you mentioned Mission Mobility.
Yes.
So we're partnered with them as part of our partnership with Bethel Ministries. And we're going to show a brief video right now about the Ministry of Mission Mobility. So check this out.
We're at Santa Cruz, I don't know the rest of the name of it, but we're somewhere in Guatemala up north doing a wheelchair distribution today. There's going to be about 50 people coming in to get their wheelchair, and Bethel will share the gospel with them. They'll get their wheelchair, get it fitted to them, and then they'll meet with the pastor, have the opportunity to meet with the pastor and get a Bible, and there's going to be some lives get changed today.
Our Father who in heaven reigns, how great and mighty is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done praises above. Oh, give to us our daily bread. And keep
The majority of us never want to think about what it would be like to not walk. And then if you couldn't walk, what would it be like to not be able to have a wheelchair, or be able to just go out and buy a wheelchair, or have somebody provide you with a wheelchair? And that's the reality here in Guatemala. There's many people that we've come in contact with that have gone years, literally years, dragging themselves or just laying in bed and with no means of how to get a wheelchair. And so this is why this is so important. Family Ministries International is giving out 1,700 wheelchairs a year. One of the ways that it's happening is through mission mobility, and we really need your help. We just pray that God touches your heart, and by what you see today, by what you see through this video, and because you can make a difference in the lives of people that have no means to have a wheelchair. We love you guys, and we honor Jesus.
though evil seeks to hide your face, we fix our eyes on you by faith. Give us hope, give us faith, help us trust in your guidance from the depths of your grace. You have richly provided. Thank you, Father, you are all we need.
All right, Rosalie, there's some fundraising going on right now for Guatemala through 3 Story Coffee, right?
Yes.
Or what's that?
Yeah.
What's going on?
So I'm holding up a picture of this man. His name is Joel Perez. He grows coffee beans in Guatemala, and they are purchased by 3 Story Coffee and packaged in these very nice package. And we're selling these for $15. I'm selling them on Sunday before and after church or through the church office. And if you don't want to go to the church office or can't get to the church office, I will be happy to deliver this to you. $6 of every bag goes towards our team. And it's a very tangible way to keep this man employed and keep him able to feed his family. And so that's one of our fundraisers for now.
Yeah, and I think one of the cool things, and only the Lord could have known this, but Joel's village and his coffee is not that far from where we would be serving with Bethel Ministries, right?
That's about an hour away, we've been told.
Yes. Okay. So we're going to have an opportunity to at least visit and meet him and just see what God might be doing and allowing us to be in his neighborhood when we're down there. So again, we couldn't have organized it that way, but it's great to see that. And if any of you know Tony and Sarah Anderson, who own 3 Story Coffee, they're thrilled with the possibility that we might even be able to say hi to him and go to his community and just make a connection there. So really great there. All right. Well, that's great stuff, you all. And thank you again for joining me to share a bit about what's ahead for DCC in the way of short-term missions in 2021. We're excited about the possibilities, both for how we're going to serve these communities that we go to and how they're going to add value to our community here. And so we're going to look forward to what God's going to do this year through all of that. Thanks for helping lead these teams. And we look forward to staying in touch as the year proceeds, as we get closer toward heading out. Thanks so much.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Brett.
Thank you.
One major development in our short-term missions focus is our membership with the organization Standards of Excellence in Short-Term Missions. You can find a link to SOE toward the bottom of the Global Engagement webpage under the DCC Global Partners. Simply put, the mission of SOE is to support and equip churches to make mission trips better. At the center of SOE's support is their 7 standards of excellence, which together create a code of best practice for churches involved in short-term mission. These 7 standards, beginning with God-centeredness and ending with thorough follow-through, are an outstanding framework for aligning how and why we do short-term missions. SOE also offers an amazing variety of seminars, webinars, and articles that support churches involved in short-term missions. I believe SOE is going to transform DCC short-term missions moving forward. The GOC is learning about the 7 standards of excellence now, and these standards are going to be front and center as we begin mobilizing our 2021 Nicaragua and Guatemala teams. As I wrap up, I want to mention one group, our DCC on Mission group. This is a DCC Connect group made up of people in the church who specifically request communication about DCC on global mission. This communication could be missionary updates, information about the status of global projects, and/or opportunities to partner through prayer and/or finances. If you're interested in becoming a part of the DCC on Mission group, email me at britt@dcchurch.org. I'll be glad to add you to the list. And to those of you that are already DCC on Mission folks, thanks for being a part of that. We love knowing that you're out there praying, giving, paying attention to what's going on in our global mission stuff. Thanks so much for joining me in this edition of Deep Dive. If you have more questions about what we're up to on and in global mission, feel free to contact me or any of the Global Outreach Committee members, and you can get information on the GOC team through the DCC office. See you on my next dive when I'll be having a conversation with my outstanding Children and Family Ministries leadership team. Blessings.